Hey guys, it's Carrie Creation here, and I am so happy to be back. Welcome to 2024, first video of the year. And I thought, for me, something that brings me a lot of joy is doing these speed paints so that you guys can see the start to finish process when I do a drawing. So we're gonna start off with that. And of course, there are so many times during this drawing that I tried to make my life a little bit easier with like the copy and the paste and the flip and all of that. So obviously I had to make a challenge for myself somehow. And how did I do that? Obviously with trying to draw a hand with perspective, but we will get back to that in a little bit when I really start struggling with it later. And I'm not mad at how it turned out, but it was a struggle. There was a certain point where I was looking at it going, why? Why am I doing this to myself? But in the meantime, the thing that I am really, really excited about starting this year, obviously, is, you know, how this channel is going to grow, how I'm going to grow as an artist. Hopefully you guys will come along with me on that journey. But there is something else that's exciting me. My side project that I've been working on is the other channel, of course, called Dead Man's Dice, and the campaign that me and my friends have been working on for that, the tabletop roleplay game that we've been working on for that, will be going live with episode 1 very, very soon. So if you are interested, you can check out that channel here. I'll put the little tag up in the top. And I was thinking about it, and I've done a lot of art for it in the previous year. I'm going to probably do a lot of art for it this year. You guys are probably going to see and hear about those characters a lot because it's something that I am really excited about. And there is one person in every game campaign that just doesn't get as much love as all the other characters, and that is, of course, the Dungeon Master, Game Master, or in our case, the Marshal. And I wanted to do something nice. I'm planning on drawing a bunch of character art very soon. I've got it all planned out in my mind, and I've got all my references ready. And I thought, you know what? I'm gonna start off with drawing a DM, Dungeon Master, Dice Master, Game Master, Marshal. I'm gonna draw a picture for the person who runs the campaign, because you always see it. Like, every once in a while it pops up. There are some really good ones out there on the internet of, you know, the Game Master, like, lording over the dice, lording over the world, wearing their cloak, creating everything. I didn't necessarily want to go exactly that route with it, and I had this in mind because it matches what I want to do with the other pictures that I'm about to do for the other characters. And I am really excited because these are things that I want to get as like little prints or postcards or something for myself and for the rest of the people in this campaign, because I just thought it would be really fun and really nice, really neat. And I had the idea in my head and I had to go with it. Like, just go with your gut, you know? Find something that excites you and just go with it, right? So I thought I would start off with the Game Master for this. They run the campaign, they build the world, they put in so much effort. And because it's not a fantasy game, I didn't want to do the cloak and everything like that. I wanted to keep it kind of like dark and mysterious though. And the idea of having like a darker image kind of matches what I wanted to do. This is the part where I really start cheating the system, and I remember thinking, like, I put so much effort into that forefinger. I was like, can I make it work if I just flip this and can jigger it around a little bit? And I did, and I'm really happy with how it looks, but it was a little bit of a cheat. This was also the part where I kind of have to take a step back and be like, why? Why do I hate myself? Why am I doing a perspective with hands? because we all know hands are really difficult for a lot of artists to draw. Perspective is really hard for me, and this was the tiniest amount of foreshortening on those fingers, and I still struggled so much. Now, what I'm doing with colouring might look a little bit weird, because I've got the colours, but I want it to be, like I said, kind of more darker. I want it to go really desaturated. And I decided the easiest way to go about that would be to chuck in a layer of grey and use the desaturation of that over the top of it. But when I was doing this part of the colouring, I wanted to use the actual colours because I find that so much easier for things like putting in that definition in the face, doing that contouring and making it work. By the way, that is my biggest takeaway from last year of what I learned to do. Because normally, like not normally, but previously, what I would do is I would just do like a flat wash of colour and then do the shading on top of it. And then at some point last year, and I don't remember when it was, but at some point last year, I decided to take all of those contouring tricks that you see all over YouTube and TikTok and all of those sorts of things, and all of those beauty influencers who teach you how to do contouring, and I don't do it in my personal life, but I wanted to use that knowledge for something, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do contour on my portraits. And I love it. It is my biggest, if you want to add more dimension to your character's face when you're doing a drawing, that is my biggest takeaway from last year, is contour them. I think it helps. I really do. I love that it gives that, like, it just adds something for me. I really believe that. And hopefully you can see now why I did this so weird. It's so hard to explain why I'm doing things the way I'm doing them in this video, because the hand is its whole own thing, the face is its whole own thing, the arm is its whole own thing, and I had to go through and I'm doing so much messing around that I normally wouldn't do, but that'll be made clear soon, because basically when I got to the end of this, I wanted to have the face and the body kind of blurred out a little bit. I really want that the focus of this image to be the dice and the hand, because the whole idea of the campaign leader for these games is they're kind of like the faceless entity. They're kind of everyone that you meet and no one at the same time. So I wanted the dice to be the focus. I wanted the hand to be the focus, that sense of control and power and randomization. So I had to go through and like blur everything behind it. So I didn't want to mess around with like having it all on a flat layer, if that makes any sense at all. Surprisingly, the hardest part of perspective in this drawing was getting the dots on these dice to work. It doesn't look like it takes, like, this is sped up, so it doesn't look like it takes as long as what it actually took me. It took me a really long time. I struggled with a few of these so bad, and then I got to this point where I was just like, you know what, lasso tool again, and I'm just gonna move them where I want them once I've got the general shape right. Because it tested me. The perspective tested me. But we got there in the end. I'm really happy with how the hand turned out. It actually really hurt me to have to blur out like the fingertips and stuff to make it look the way I wanted it to look. And it was worth it. It was worth it. I'm happy with how it looks. I really, really hope you guys like the finished product. I am so pleased with all of it. And I am trying this whole process this year is going to be about trying to improve myself and my channel and my art and all of those sorts of things, as you know, people tend to do with New Year's resolutions that fall through in the end. So what I wanted to do with this was just go that one extra step further than what I would normally go, which was the extra highlights on the hand in this case, just to try and add that little bit extra. But this is the finished product, so if you're not subscribed, maybe consider subscribing. If you liked the video, please put a like on the video, it helps me so much. And I really hope you like the finished product. I will see you guys next time. Bye!